This is Theo Goodman from Degenbet.com. It's been a while since I had a video, but let's do this. It's Christmas time, holidays, and it's also time to bet when you're visiting with your in-laws. Everyone knows you just want to check your phone and see what the score is. So let's check out what's going on. We've got UFC. Today we have probably the last interesting soccer games for people that are into European soccer. We got the German Cup. We'll cover that first. And we also, of course, have some NFL games coming up this weekend. I'll touch on that shortly. First, I'm just going to talk about real quick the German Cup, the DFB Pokal, which is a cup game. Cup games are a little crazy. Anything can happen. You might not be sure if the teams are really motivated. They might go all out in the cup. It really just depends. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like it's a tournament that's totally separate from the regular season. So you could win the cup and do really shitty in the season play. So it's kind of like a second chance, kind of like a parallel thing. The German Cup is interesting because it's knockout. You don't have all this away goals and all this kind of shit. It's pretty easy to understand. There is extra time. So if you pick a team to win and there's a draw, of course you lose, but you can pick the team to advance. We're just going to see. So yesterday there were some upsets. The Mainz winning 3-1. That game was pretty even as far as the odds were concerned, but still a surprise there was so much scoring in regular time. Paderborn beating Ingolstadt was a big upset. I don't know what the odds were pregame. Nuremberg drew to Wolfsburg in regular time, but then lost. And Schalke only winning 1-0 against Cologne is a little bit of a surprise. Schalke was a heavy favorite there. So today we got Bremen, Freiburg, Gladbach against Leverkusen, Munich against Dortmund, and we've got Frankfurt against Heidenheim. Okay, so over here in, of course, the Telegram channel, which you should be a member of, we've got really good soccer tipsters, of course, and we're giving picks almost every day. So you should definitely check that out. Of course, right when I mention it, I cannot do the screen share, but I will get that. Anyway, we have a member that gives tips a lot, and he is going. I'm tipping on Frankfurt to win. The odds have actually been going up on Frankfurt, and I don't really get it. So, but I'm still confident in the pick at going at 2.01 for Frankfurt. Simon is going. What I like, Simon's pick. What I like is he's going with a Freiburg money line at 3.65. He's also got a bunch of guys to score and all those kind of picks, but I do like the main picks here. I also agree Gladbach, Leverkusen over 3 Asian 1.84 and Freiburg money line 3.65. You can also do Freiburg draw no bet at about 2.4 or 2.5, something like that. So that's still pretty good odds. And I'm just not into supporting Bremen at all. They have changed their trainer this season. Yeah, Simon is saying that they're benching Cruz and they're without Bartels, so they're without some players. Maybe Bremen is not even into this tournament, and that's why they're doing that. I don't know, but I think that if you're going to bet on cup games, then include some dogs because it can really happen quite often. All right, so as far as soccer is concerned, we got Frankfurt, Freiburg over 3 at Leverkusen and Gladbach. And also the consensus among some of the guys that are doing good picks in the Telegram group is Dortmund upset against Munich is worth it. Right now it's 8 at 5 times for the money line. You can also do plus 1.5 goals for about minus 110 American, so about 1.9. Dortmund plus 1.5 goals, or just plus 1 for 2 something. Also not bad, but I think 8 money line Dortmund is way out of hand, and that's definitely worth it. Moving on. There are also are some NFL games. NFL can be all over the place, but it's coming to the end of the season, and you've got some huge spreads on some of these games. I've just picked a few games that I like in a teaser. I'm going to go with the Packers at home against the Vikings. I know that the Vikings are looking pretty good, but they got to play the Packers away, and they're a 10-point favorite. So they're a road favorite of 10 points. I'm going to take the road dog, and I'm going to tease that to plus 16. I'm also going to take the Bears -1 tease. This is all 6-point teasers. I'm going to put these 3 into 2-team teasers, so you can do a round robin or however you want to do it. I also like the Bears against the Browns at home, teased to -1, so just to win. Everyone, of course, people want a good underdog story that the Browns win, but if they're going to win, I think they're going to win at home, and I don't think they're going to win away in Soldier Field against the Bears that are going to want to. I think it's going to be a hard game for them. And the Seahawks on the road against the Cowboys, you can tease that to plus 11. I think that's also out of hand. Maybe that should be, plus 10, plus 9 or something like that after you teased it. I don't see that. I think that's a pretty good bet. And, Seattle got destroyed last week. I think they're going to come back hard and want to do something before Christmas. So those are the 3 I got. I like Packers, Bears, Seahawks in a 6-point teaser. You can do as two team teasers, or you can throw it in a 3-teamer, how you want. All right, and then UFC is on December 30th. Now, this is a good card. A lot of stuff going on, and just the main event straight up, Cyborg against Holm. This is a really interesting matchup. I don't think this is going to be as easy as people think for Cyborg, and actually I'm going to go with Holly Holm right now at 4.1 at 5 dimes to win this. I really like that pick. There's a few reasons. I think that they both are going to respect each other a lot as far as striking, and they both are actually really technical strikers. A lot of people think as Cyborg as just being really strong. If you really look at what she does, she can keep her distance, really good Muay Thai striking. She's been really practicing her boxing a lot. You can see on YouTube, she brings in pro boxers and Olympic boxers and practices with them, learns from them. So Cyborg is actually really technical as far as the striking goes, and Holly Holm is too. Holly Holm is very technical with her striking, and she is happy keeping distance, winning rounds. And I think that Jackson Winklevoss, that's going to be their plan coming into this. I mean, how else are you going to beat Cyborg? Besides, now Holm does have the threat of knockout, though that is really good. Of course, everyone knows her head kick, and that is definitely going to come into play. And I also think her knee might come into play, because if I'm Cyborg's camp, I might even think that let's pressure Holly Holm. Let's go into clinch, and let's try to take her down. I don't want to stand. Why would I stand with Holly Holm if I can just get in her face and try to use, if I'm Cyborg and I can try to use my strength? So I kind of wouldn't be surprised to see that. That being said, Holly Holm's good at circling out, keeping distance. We've seen that. She lost she was winning against Tate. She lost in the 5th round. Tate wanted to close the distance the whole fight. Sure, it's a totally different animal than Cyborg, but we've seen her, and we've also seen her in some close decision losses, Holm. So I'm going to go with Holm. I think there's value on the 4.1 there. I think that she can do this, and I think that this is going to go the distance too. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes the distance. Not going to touch this one with the Khabib against Barboza, but I'm really curious to see how Khabib looks in some of the workouts. And at the weigh-in, of course, everyone's going to wonder what's up at the weigh-in. So let's see this. It's a pretty tough fight for Barboza, who does have good sprawl. He does have a good sprawl, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We did see, though, that Michael Johnson did get some shots in the stand-up against Khabib, and Barboza is a very dangerous striker. Should be interesting, but I'm not going to touch it right now. Here, I think Lineker has got a good chance of an upset against Rivera. I think it's definitely worth a shot. You get over 3 right now. I think that's definitely worth a bet. I think that he could definitely knock him out or even get a decision. I don't see how Esparza wins this fight at all against Cynthia. Just not. I don't think she's going to be able to lay on top of Cynthia. I don't think she's going to be able to outstrike Cynthia. I see danger everywhere. That being said, I'm not willing to bet the under 2.5 because I think Carla Esparza's strategy is going to be able to try to get a decision. I don't really see how to bet this right now. I don't trust minus 3.5 points with Cynthia, but I definitely think she's going to win. Condit Magny is interesting. Condit did mention retiring. Is he back? Does he want to just get a paycheck? There's some of the narrative going around. Magny does have really good wrestling. He has better striking than you think, but I still don't see him outstriking Condit. I don't even know if I see Magny taking Condit down. So I'm going to go with Condit, but I'm not really happy with that pick at the odds right now at about 1.5 something. Maybe the odds will move back, but that's the only pick I have for it. I don't have anything else in the other fights right now, but it definitely looks like an interesting card. So, and it will be the last card of 2018, and it will be the last card of this run. The UFC did about every weekend of at least one or two cards a weekend up to the end of the year. They've done that for about 1.5 months, long time. So that's it. Those are my picks. It's Christmas time, it's holiday time, and it's also betting time. So thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to give a subscribe, thumbs up, share, and put your comments below. Check out the links in the description. Thanks.